Hi, I'm Deb and Gino from My Wired Style, and if, like me, you found yourself, I don't know, at the age of 30, 40, 50, 60, trying to figure out what you want to be when you grow up, and you were already a grown-up, well, join the club. You see, for so many of us, we ended up in an accidental career. We may not have naturally thought out the process, but one job led to another job, or one course we took in college led to another course, or not going to college led to a different career choice. No matter how you ended up where you are today, if you find that you're at a spot where you're really not using your strengths, maybe you were. Maybe you were just having an amazing time doing a really great job, contributing in a fantastic way, and suddenly it went away. Suddenly that feeling that energized you wasn't there anymore. Well, that might be a good indicator you're not in your sweet spot. Let's talk about the best way to find your sweet spot. How do you find that place where your strengths and your satisfaction seem to meet and you get energized? So the very first step is to really discover, how are you wired? What are your strengths? As we like to say in My Wired Style, how are you wired? Are you wired like a D? Are you very decisive, aggressive, assertive? Are you wired like an I? You can connect with people instantly. There's no one you've met that's a stranger. Maybe you're wired like an S and you're very steady and supportive. Or maybe you're wired like a C and you're extremely analytical and precise. That wiring, no matter how you are wired, is one of those keys to leverage to sort of get you to point number one on your sweet spot. The other point is, what gives you satisfaction? Where do you really draw satisfaction from? Is it when you are hearing other people tell you you've done a great job? Is it when you know in your heart you've delivered amazingly precise work? Is it when you see a small child's life change? Is it when you see a garden grow and suddenly, where there was dirt before, there's this amazing beauty that you were responsible for making happen? So where does your satisfaction come from? The final piece is, what is God's call on your life? What do you really believe in your heart that you were created to attempt and to execute and to contribute? For each of us, it might be several different pieces. During the course of our life, our seasons change, our lives change, our priorities change, and sometimes even our focus can and should change. But at the end of the day, there is something very special about you. There is something that you were put on this earth to create, to enjoy, and to share with other people. Do you know what it is? Think about it in these terms. What are the things that draw your attention? The things that make you cry with tears of gladness or tears of pain if you see something not going right? What are those things that you get inspired by? Is it a movie? Is it a song? Is it being in the outdoors? I mean, I have friends of mine who are just real outdoors people, and they just are so inspired by nature. I know I can be too. I live out on Long Island in New York, and boy, oh boy, when I want to be inspired, do you know where I go? I go to the beach. I love watching that tide hit across the sand in a very predictable fashion. Happens the same way every day. What about you? What are those things that you do that are so predictable, so enjoyable, and so natural that frankly you don't even have to think about it? It just happens. What a good coach will do is a good coach will help you to pull together all of those pieces and come up with your answer on how you can take your strengths, your passions, and your satisfaction and recreate yourself into an amazing new way to contribute to the world. I hope you do that today.